Hello, beautiful people. Mic check, mic check. I apologize that we are late. I was having issues with the chat settings, but as soon as I pushed go live, it populated and then some. I was like, well, I think I'm here by myself, but okay, but no, y'all were here. My bad. Thank you very much. Hey girl, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Hello, Diane. Hello, Q Smooth. Hello, Spooky Ariel. Hello, Tosh, RGR, Pamela, J Ray, Black Mane. Hello, beautiful. Tiffany, Claudia, Marshall Irons. I can't just say Marshall for some reason. It has to be Marshall Irons. Fact check. No, that is that's Barbie's house from something, the Barbie movie, I think. I don't know. It was the brightest of all the pinks that I saw, so I was like, that'll do. I imagine it's basically what her house looks like, you know? Plus, I know there are some lurkers, not the good ones. Hello to the silent looters. I'm talking about the lurkers who are just ready to pop off some dumb shit in the chat. I got something for that ass. I'm waiting for you. I wish you would. I can't wait. I can't wait. I didn't need to hear no. Ain't doxing Nicki's actual house. Like, child, get over yourself. And honestly, typing in Barbie Dream House was faster than where is Nicki's house? What does it actually look like? I don't care. It doesn't really matter. It might not be hers for very long. So there's that. I just want y'all to know that the docket fund is back in the red because this case is filed in LA County Court. And if you have been with us for a while, if you're new, shout out to you, gang, gang, welcome. You can say hi, you can say where you're, watching from. We ain't gonna bother you, but we have a very good chat. Let me tell you something. We got mods that don't play. People aren't gonna talk crazy to you as long as you don't talk crazy to them or me. If they don't like it when you talk crazy to me, child. But yes, shout out to all the new people. Hit the like button. Share this live. Shout out to the best mod squad on the internet. Shout out to all the members and subscribers and supporters. You are appreciated. It's been a couple days since I seen y'all. How y'all been? How y'all doing? Talk pretty. It's not that hard. Talk pretty. Okay, everybody else turn away. Scroll away. I got something to say to D2B2. So just look away. This doesn't concern you. Hello, beloved. How you doing? I want to apologize to you. I want to apologize to you because I upset you. And it does not matter that was not my intention. And I'm sorry. Full stop. For your consideration, I whooped their ass on behalf of all of us. The fellas, myself, and you. Do not do the work of the racist oppressor for them. Use your shit. Okay? Use your shit however you feel you need to use your shit. And if you have a problem, you better email me because I will handle it again. Happily. Okay? Happily. So I just want to say that. Okay, y'all can come back. Don't, don't, don't. That, I'm gonna be selfish. I'm gonna be selfish and say, you taking my win from me. You taking my win from me. Okay. Everybody else, you can come back. You can come back now. um, we are gathered here today because I have gotten several comments and I have ignored all of them asking me about this situation because I'm actually following a different lawsuit regarding Nikki and her horrible ass husband with regard to one of his or one of the people that he victimized. Um, who has filed a civil suit. So I've been following that. That's going to have some updates probably towards the end of the month, and we'll be getting into it before then so that we can all be in the know of what the documents say on the docket. That's a federal case, right? So we've already established, we've already established the difference between the cost of a federal case and the cost of a case in LA County Court. I want y'all to know I spent $150. I got 3 documents and only really need one of them for the purposes of this life. For the purposes of my knowledge, technically I needed all of them, but damn it. Thank you, beautiful. Yes, she really kicked something off for me when she did that tweet about her getting sued for a song and playing victim about that. She really just got me diving into it. But anyway, I got a very gracious comment today from somebody who was like, "This house situation is in the news, and would you be so kind as to please get the document and read it? Screenshots on Reddit don't suffice for me." I said, I opened the news. I said, "Okay, all right, all right. I can do better than Us Weekly. I can do better than that." Yeah, there are some things that cost cash they cost actual cash, not credit. Drugs and lawyers. Imagine that. Two peas in a pod. I said, "Okay, let me get in the shower because let me tell you something. I've been in my writing cave since the last time you saw me." I mean, I'm just saying, it's just factual. Drugs cost cash or jewelry. Maybe throw in a car. Lawyers also cash. Yeah, we're gonna have to hold this one for the LBG because this could just set off a whole civil war. Hello, beautiful. I'm not posting this because I'm asserting it as fact. I'm posting it because it is a pre-existing narrative. Judge Vargas really gave me way too much to work with, okay? Judge Vargas gave me way too much to work with. Yeah. Yeah. So yes, I have a document here. I haven't even looked at it. I was just like, "Oh, this one. Okay." Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Hold on to your britches. It really has. Good evening, beautiful. Hello there, gorgeous. I've got some pictures for you. I've honestly thought about that in terms of needing to get with y'all more than anything. And when this came up, I was like, huh? Cat pictures, yay! All right, child, here we go. Sure. She could be acting out because she's under stress because her husband is a fucking sex offender. I mean, I think that's a default level of unhappiness and stress. Because, for the record, on the case that I am following with relation to one of the people that her husband victimized, they acted an ass on that docket too. And they acted a whole ass on this docket. I don't know. I let's just start with the fact that obviously I don't know what this woman is thinking, not responding to this lawsuit at all. And then just basically being like, Now, he got a default judgment of more than $500,000. And now he wants his cash money. And the only way, I'm just going to let you know right now, the only way that Nicki Minaj is going to keep her house is if she pays this man cash money immediately. Not a promise, not a promissory note, cash money. He's not withdrawing anything until he gets cash money in his hand. And apparently, you can't afford this house. He knows all your business. When I say she's acting it in an ass in court, I mean they're not being timely. So if you're not doing shit, what are you doing? It's a rhetorical question. I'm sure the chat will will fill the screen with possibilities of what it is that she could be spending her time doing. Rock Nation! Yes, let's talk about how Rock Nation is trying to steal Nicki Minaj's house from her. This is a damn shame. Abso-fucking-lutely not. I think that would get more. There 15.5 thousand people watched live of me reading. Watch live on this channel. Some people double streamed it on their own platforms, and fuck you. But I think that if Nicki Minaj sued Rock Nation, we might break a record. You know, we might break a record, and I would come in on fire. I'd come in on fire and just like, hold on, y'all. Went really fast to get here. I wish she would. I wish she would. That woman don't do nothing but talk a bunch of lies. Reductive, pancaked, one sentence actually doesn't relate to the next sentence that she tweets when you go and look at the factual record. It is sickening. You probably right. I don't even know what to say to this. My initial reaction is that's absurd, but it's too funny. So, uh, it's always projection. Cardi gonna lose her home. You about to lose your home. I do not. I absolutely do not have a single hot pink thing to wear for that stream. That would be so fucking savage. I feel like I need to get just one emergency outfit, just in case. Just in case. I dress straight like Barbie. Start the stream. Hi, Barbie. Yes, it's interesting. Where have we seen this behavior before? Hmm. I know. Now that I said it, I'm like, I'm just gonna have to get it. I'll have to. It's gonna take me a while to curate it because I'm gonna be thoughtful about it, but I will get it. Yes, I will. Oh gosh. Baby, if Tory Lanez can find attorneys to represent his headassery, there's 1 degree of separation of fuckery there. Okay? 1 degree. Ooh. See, this is a problem. Oh my god! How did Welcome. This is how it starts. This is how it fucking starts here. Oh, this is how it fucking starts. Baby, I have dignity. I have dignity. I said Barbie, not Nicki. Nicki is not the original Barbie. Barbie is the original Barbie. It's above me now. It's above me now. Okay, so Thomas Wiedenmuller, plaintiff, versus Kenneth, registered sex offender Petty, and Onika Tanya Mirage Petty, his loving wife. To the court, all parties and their attorneys of record, please take notice that pursuant to California Code of Civil Procedure, plaintiff judgment creditor Thomas Wiedenmuller will and hereby does move this motion for an order authorizing the sale of a dwelling owned by defendant judgment debtor Onika Tanya Mirage Petty, and on information and belief occupied by Minaj and her spouse, defendant judgment debtor Kenneth, registered sex offender Petty. Please take further notice that this motion is based on the Annex Memorandum of Points and Authorities and Declaration of Paul A. Say-So. The record in the action, the arguments, and the representations of counsel, and any oral or documentary evidence presented at or prior to the time of the hearing. Oh, on this motion, there's a hearing. Oh, how fascinating. My goodness. Please take further notice that this motion is being calendared for hearing on November. Oh, goodness. November 2025 at 1:30 p.m. before the Honorable Cindy Panuccio, Judge of the Superior Court in Department 27 of the Los Angeles Superior Court. Wherefore, the judgment creditor respectfully requests that the court grant this motion, enter an order authorizing the sale of the Minaj dwelling pursuant to CCP, and grant such other and further relief as may be necessary or appropriate. This application presents a straightforward issue. Would the court-ordered sale of Minaj's multi-million-dollar Hidden Hills residence generate proceeds sufficient to satisfy any superior liens on the property and the applicable homestead exemption, and still leave enough to pay at least a portion of the $503,318.02 judgment in this action? The answer is clear. The dwelling is subject to a $13,285,000 mortgage lien and a $151,000 homestead exemption, together just under $14 million. The property's current fair market value is appraised at $20 million, yielding approximately $6 million in equity beyond the lien and exemption. That amount is more than sufficient to satisfy the judgment, plus accrued interest and enforcement costs. The applicable statute does not require the judgment creditor to exhaust other collection efforts before applying for a sale of the dwelling. The only question before this court is whether the property's fair market value exceeds the mortgage lien and homestead exemption. Here, there is no doubt that the sale of the dwelling would satisfy the entire judgment with millions to spare. Although it is regrettable that the extraordinary measure of forcing the sale of Minaj's dwelling is required, that result is entirely the product of her intransigence in not making payment. Minaj is a global superstar estimated to have a net worth of anywhere between 150 and 190 million, and is reportedly the highest paid female rap star in the world. There is little doubt that she is highly capable of paying the judgment in full, and yet she has refused to do so despite multiple written requests for payment and levies served upon several of her suspected creditors. In March 2024, this court entered a judgment in favor of the judgment creditor, a security guard who was assaulted backstage at one of Minaj's concerts in Germany. That assault, instigated by Minaj and carried out by her now husband, Kenneth, registered sex offender Petty, fractured the judgment creditor's jaw, requiring multiple reconstructive surgeries and forcing him out of work for months. The judgment creditor should not have to wait any longer. The judgment debtor's refusal to pay not only squanders this court's limited resources, but also mocks the authority of its judgment. The judgment creditor respectfully requests that the court order the sale of the Hidden Hills property without delay, so that he may at last be made whole. Ooh. Yes, and one of them I am specifically following starting in about right around Halloween. I'm going to be bringing it to the channel, but I've been doing my homework on it. It's with regard to one of the people that her husband victimized. And I said before, welcome, uh, probably before you got here, that they're acting a fool on that docket too. And by acting a fool, I mean being untimely and not appearing to work on anything in good faith, which is what I applied to this. They didn't respond. They didn't even respond to this dude. Default judgment. Wow. Y'all are brutal. Okay, statement of facts. Awarded the judgment March 2024. It's been over a year. Nearly a year and a half later, and despite the judgment creditor's diligent efforts at enforcing the judgment through both written requests to the judgment debtors voluntarily, excuse me, through both written requests that the judgment debtors voluntarily make payment and through service of notices of levy on 7 different suspected creditors of Minaj. The entirety of the judgment and post-judgment interest and enforcement costs remain unpaid and outstanding. Each of the 7 potential garnishees upon whom the judgment creditor served notices of levy have either responded that they do not have any accounts payable to Minaj or otherwise failed to respond at all. Background on the house: purchased through an LLC in 2022. Okay, so I'm going to be referring to a document called the grant deed, which sounds like a name, but it is a document. That's why I'm going to be saying the grant deed. According to the grant deed, the dwelling was transferred to Minaj, quote, a married woman, as her sole and separate property, end quote. Shortly thereafter, according to a quit claim deed, as spouse for the grantee, Kenneth, registered sex offender Petty, remissed, released, and forever quit claimed the dwelling to Minaj, again described as a married woman, as her sole and separate property. Accordingly, the dwelling is solely owned by Minaj, and even her husband, Kenneth, registered sex offender Petty, has no interest in the dwelling other than as a cohabitant with his wife. The judgment creditor stipulates that both judgment debtors reside at the dwelling, as evidenced by the fact that Petty is registered as living at the dwelling on the California Megan's Law website. Isn't he still being monitored by somebody? That's what I thought. You just got over a failure to register charge. Fair enough. Let's talk about the $500,000 and then some she owes this dude. You're worth 150 to $190 million. Assets, not cash. Let's be clear. It's assets more than it's anything, but sell an asset. I remember that. Exactly. She needs to just run this man his money. This is dumb. This is a dumb problem. Okay. Just, oh man. We're just going to read that sentence one more time, just for the sake of flow. Okay. The judgment creditor stipulates that both judgment debtors reside at the dwelling as evidenced by the fact that Petty is registered as living at the dwelling on the California Megan's Law website. And pursuant to CCP, a property deed search performed through blah, blah, blah. Okay, confirm the dwelling is owned by Minaj. 2 separate letters were sent to each of the judgment debtors at the street address for the dwelling, and neither has been returned to the sender. The equity that Minaj holds in the dwelling substantially exceeds both the mortgage and the applicable homestead exemption based on the documentary transfer tax paid by Minaj at the time of her purchase of the dwelling in October 2022. Sorry, something caught my attention. The purchase price that she paid was 19.5 million. And according to the Los Angeles County Tax Assessor's report, the dwelling now has an even greater value. Okay, more evaluation. It's worth over 20 million. Bank of America has a lien on the house. On September 16, 2025, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department provided notice by mail to the judgment creditor of the levy that was placed on the dwelling. The judgment creditor hereby timely makes application for an order authorizing the sale of the dwelling to satisfy the judgment, post-judgment interest, and enforcement costs. This just talks about the process that one has to go through in order for real property to be sold in order to satisfy a judgment. A judgment lien has to be created, and that is then attached by the county to a real property. Then they have to get proof of that from the clerk of the trial court to get a writ of execution. Then it has to be registered with the sheriff's office. The sheriff's office serves copies. September 16 of this year, the Los Angeles sheriff provided notice by mail to the judgment creditor that the sheriff had placed a levy on the dwelling. They confirmed to this person's counsel that notice of the levy on the dwelling has also been served by mail upon Minaj, and that personal service of the notice of the levy would be made by the Los Angeles sheriff upon Minaj as well. Oh, so they're looking for you. They got some paperwork for you. Okay, and then after that, the creditor must apply for a court order specifically authorizing the sheriff or other levying officer to sell the dwelling. Your shit go up at auction with the sheriff's office? Like a car? I'm gonna need y'all to pull yourselves together right now. You understand me? We're not starting a GoFundMe for the auction. I fucking knew it. I- Oh, the fumigation, baby. Baby. Yeah, they're gonna have to get specialty cleaners who are experienced in like crime scene cleanup, you know? Ugh. Queen said, "Look at the potential." Nobody said we have to live there. I heard that in my head. Y'all are trouble. Trouble. Okay, so the application must be made under oath, and in addition to describing the dwelling, must specify whether or not the records of the county tax assessor indicate that there is currently a homeowner's exemption or disabled veterans exemption for the dwelling, whether the dwelling is a homestead, and the amount of the homestead exemption, and whether the judgment is based on a consumer debt. The application must also specify the amount of any liens or encumbrances on the dwelling. All of that we've looked at. There is an attached extremely expensive declaration made under oath provides a bunch of things, basically saying we hit all that. Fifth, the trial court reviewing the application must determine whether the fair market value of the judgment debtor's interest in the dwelling is likely to produce a bid at the sale sufficient to satisfy the amount of the homestead exemption and the amount of all liens and encumbrances senior to the judgment lien being executed. So all that math we went through at the beginning of this. They're just like breaking it down. At the hearing, the court will order the sale of the dwelling subject to the homestead exemption unless the court determines that the sale of the dwelling would not be likely to produce a bid sufficient to satisfy any part of the amount due on the judgment pursuant to section 704.800. If the court determines that a bid for the judgment's debtor interest will likely exceed the homestead exemption plus all pre-existing liens and encumbrances, such that there is some amount available to satisfy even a part of the judgment creditor's lien, then the court must grant the application for sale. Case law. Bank of America holds the superior lien. Goes back just through the math. 6, the court must monitor the bidding and permit the sale to go forward only if a bid exceeds the amount of the homestead exemption plus any additional amount necessary to satisfy all liens and encumbrances on the property. And even if that minimum threshold is met, if the bid is less than 90% of the fair market value of the judgment debtor's interest as determined at the time the application was signed, the judgment creditor must either get the court's permission to accept that bid or to hold a new sale. 7th, and finally, if the sale is consummated, the proceeds from the sale of the dwelling are distributed pursuant to law. Here, the judgment creditor has satisfied all of the requirements in the Code of Civil Procedure to obtain an order authorizing the sale of the dwelling to satisfy the judgment. The judgment creditor respectfully requests that the court grant this motion and issue an order authorizing the sale of the dwelling. I mean, looks pretty damn solid to me. Like I said, the only way that this isn't going to happen is if procedurally they have messed up, or if Nicki run him his money. D2B2, thank you for the support. Pamela, Maddie Glass, Mrs. C, T-Mac, D2B2 again. The lesser known Jim Jones is nasty work. I have no idea. I honestly, I'm thinking about like OJ because they took everything from that man with no pause whatsoever. The moment they had the opportunity to. So yeah, I'm learning with you. I'm learning with you. But the fact that the only thing that she can do legally, if she's going to do anything, and I don't know why she'd start now since she decided to fuck this off, But, is, you know, like, if cash is a significant problem, you gotta come with something and throw yourself at the mercy of the court and then ask for a payment plan. But you have to come with money because you have flipped the bird to the court this entire case, and that's why this gentleman received a default judgment. So, cash. It's just cash. It's nothing but cash. It's gotta be cash. That's it. She could literally get on X and, she could set up a GoFundMe, and her fans would pay that shit in a fucking second. In a second, that shit would be paid. It's the bank. She has a mortgage. That's a mortgage lien. That's typical. She has a mortgage, and then she has this levy against her. Bandcamp is definitely an option. Doesn't she have Queen Radio? She could do that. She could drop it there. I mean, there are plenty of places. I'm sure if she called Jay and asked him real nice, he'd put it on whatever the fuck that thing's called. Oh, it's on Apple Music. Okay. Well, never mind. Oh, I was trying so hard to get it before y'all. Yes, that one. Okay. Well, thank you. Random thoughts. I don't really care, but thank you. Thank you. Like I said, I've gotten quite a few comments and I was like, fuck LA County. I can't believe your shit is $1 a page. What the fuck? $5 to search for a case? $1 a page to print. They just gank you mercilessly. Gank you. And I really wrestled with whether or not to do it. Like I said, I had to fork over a little bag so that I could get enough documents to orient myself to what the fuck is going on, to really figure out if I were to feel like this is legitimate and an appropriate step. And I definitely do feel that it is, and it is. Um, but yeah, it's really annoying. The LA County document. And obviously, that's where a lot of cases get filed, and I hate that so much because it's so expensive. Yeah, so Oh my god, I hate them so fucking much. You can't see the document. You don't think they don't have it set up? You can't see shit until you pay for it. How you like them apples? If you don't have a case number and you have to search by name, that costs $5. Once you get to where the documents are, you can't see anything until you pay for it. They gank you. Gank. Gank. Per search. Per search. Oh my god. I wasted $40 a couple weeks ago looking for Kim Kardashian's lawsuit against Ray J. I had flashbacks today when I went back on the website to get this. But anyway, my point was I really wrestled with whether or not to even go down this rabbit hole of paying for this shit because I was like, because in a rational world, this is where I started to go when I started to complain about the price. In a rational world, when you're dealing with rational people, you pay the money immediately, as fast as you fucking can. You run that mofo, a cashier's check, a bank check, stack of money orders, whatever it is that you got to do to get him his money, right? And so, again, in a rational world, when you're dealing with a rational and responsible and proactive adult, which clearly we're not because they ignored this entire case, but just walk with me, beloved. We would find out tomorrow that the request for sale has been withdrawn. And the only reason that they would withdraw it is if they got paid. Then they don't have any reason to request the sale of the house. But this is not a rational situation. And we do not have, responsible, proactive fucking adults. We've got Nicki Minaj and her husband, Kenneth, registered sex offender petty. I was mad. I'm mad every time I go on the LA County court website. I'm mad every single fucking time. There's no point in time where I'm like, even if it is something, and I didn't really want this. I've just gotten enough comments, and I was like, fuck it. I'm curious. Let's see what it is, I was not planning on having a live today, but I was like, fuck it, let's do it. You all, prove yourselves on the docket fund, and I appreciate that. Um, it could be something that I really, really want, and I'm still mad every time I go on there. Fuck them. It's ridiculous. I got nothing. I got nothing on Nikki. you know, I say the same thing every single time. I'm not gonna hold it against you, but fuck that nigga. He's a piece of trash. Man. Oh. Oh yeah, it makes me every single time. But I suffered. I went through the suffer and torment for you. For you. Mhm. Mhm. No, it's because 'cause they're fucking broke. That's why. They're fucking broke and they're ganking people. Shit is disrespectful. Rick Ross's titty. Fuck. Just one for them. Not even both. They don't even get both. They just get one. Fuck LA County. Uh, oh my god, that is one of the most savage things I think I have ever, ever, ever seen. I'm bulletproof. She really has. She really has. But a lot of them like being used. They're all miserable together. And they feed off of each other. It's parasocial, parasitic relationship that is truly disturbing. And I don't care what's his name? Uh what's Childish Gambino's name? I almost called him Danny Glover. Child, I'm having an old black woman moment. What's that boy's name? It's close. Okay. Okay. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. Shit. Oh god. I can't remember what I was talking about. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, I don't even know why the fuck that was so funny, but it was. Oh, Jesus. Ah, yeah. Yeah, you can't tell me shit. My black cards stay intact, okay? Oh, I know, I'm stone cold sober. I literally just had a moment like, "Wait, have I?" Nope, I haven't been drinking shit. I am a little brain dead though, because I have been writing a lot. I have been writing a lot. So, dude, I just do it with it's just it's so sad the way that it happens because I just am that age, you know. I know what it is because I learned this with uh one of my kids. People around me were telling me that one of my children had a speech impediment when they were learning to talk. And I took him to our wonderful beloved doctor. And he explained to me that no, it's not a speech impediment. It's normal. This is normally how children learn to speak. They'll mistakenly do a consonant association in their mind, taking the consonant of the first word that they say and making it the consonant of the second word that they say. So while they're figuring it out, they'll get a false double association. And I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "Same thing happens when you get older." Cut to today. Oh god. I mean, I don't think it's zoned for that. That was the first thing that I thought of when people were like, "Wait a minute, we could go fund me this house." I was thinking to myself, "What is it? What?" It's in the Hidden Hills, so it's probably not. You can't zone it for anything other than, you know, a domicile. But that's okay. That's okay. What's crazy is I really can't remember what the fuck I was talking about. It is so far gone out of my brain. Gone. Absolutely gone. That was so distracting for me. I mean, they shouldn't have houses up there, but I mean, money, money, money. Money. Etsy witches. Etsy witches. This is not about property tax. This is about the fact that she got sued, defaulted by not responding to the lawsuit at any point in time, owes a shit ton of money, and he has cause to sell her house. I mean, I really just was like, oh God, that was dramatic. I was really just like, I gotta, uh, yeah, I've written a lot of words, since Saturday, um, for a lot of different things. And so my fingers are a little tired. My brain is a little loopy after a certain point. Um, and writing is an interesting process because I don't know how other people do it, but I write until I literally cannot write anymore, you know? Um, Hi, Princy. It is. And there's things that I want to dump out of my mind, you know? So, yeah. And then a book to finish that I promised the people. So that needs to happen. Let's get to the important things, okay? I need you to brace yourselves for the expression that you are about to see because I've never seen anything quite like it. Okay? I need you to brace yourselves for the expression that you're about to see. And I apologize. I don't have the cards with me for who donated which costume, but we will review again on Thursday at the next live. And I will have my shit fully together then. Like I said, I wasn't planning on having a live. So I really did pull it together at the point that I put up the notice. I had about 45 minutes to pull it together. But I need you to brace yourselves because this, I know I said the last picture was really cute and the last costume was really cute, But I've got 2 for you here that I was just like, one of them is a costume and the other one is just fucking cute. Push the button, Jintao. He does have a little bit of lipstick right there, if you're wondering what that is. He's got I kissed him. Because, I mean, look at him. Of course I kissed him. Of course I kissed him. I didn't put the thing around him very tight, and I have some other pictures. Again, we'll review on Thursday. I just wanted to give you all a little I'm overdue on the Princey pictures. So I wanted to do just a little peeksy. I have a pumpkin sweater, and I think so that I don't have to tie anything around his neck. I think I'm gonna try the pumpkin sweater with the pumpkin hat, but look at his face. Look at his face. Oh, it's so adorable. Yes, I'm talking about you. Yes, okay, and then we've got one more. Hi, babies. Yes, you know I'm talking about you. I don't know what the hell you're doing over there. You never jump up on the left side. Move. Yeah, get out of there. Okay, I've got one more. Look at him. Look at his little face. He's in a sweater. Yeah, this was really, really I was just like, "Oh, I know, right? It's so cute." There you are. I'll have some more pictures on Thursday. Um, but I just love that. I just love that. He's such a cutie pie. I wonder if I've got another one that I downloaded where he's loafed up in his bed. Let me see if I downloaded it. No, I did not. Or on Thursday. But yes, we'll just keep him there since we're in the LBG. He is being shockingly agreeable, which really just floors me. He's being shockingly agreeable when I put him in things. Yeah. And in the sweater, at first he was like, "I'm leaving. I'm leaving." In the sweater. And then he immediately came back and got in his bed and laid down. Like, "Well, wait, hold on. Wait a second, hold on. This might be a little comfortable." Yeah, this face, I was just like, "Oh, Princey, I cannot. I cannot. Look at him with his little half stash." Oh, yeah. That's just that's a gem. He sure is. He sure is. This right here? My man, my man, my man. Yeah, yeah. A total vibe. I know it's ridiculous. For those of you who are new, Princey's full name is Admiral Princeton Trotter Halfstash, Esquire, obviously. Yeah. Here to save the day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It took about 2 years for his name to become, like, his full name. Yeah, it's perfect for him. Of course. I mean, come on. If you would like to help me celebrate spooky season, that is a link to a post with all the links to all the things. And I have some thank yous to pass out on Thursday. Thank yous and acknowledgments to pass out on Thursday. Like I said, I did not have it together beyond getting these documents and putting myself together for camera. A cat's name is very important. Oh, do you? Why? Why do you feel sorry for Nicki? Whose fault is that? Hmm? Whose fault is it that a woman who is reportedly worth 150 to $190 million has a $500,000 judgment against her? Whose fault is it that she could lose her home? Hmm? Besides Rock Nation. Okay, it's hers. Yeah, it's her fault. Why do you feel bad for her? People do what works for them. This is working for her. Why do you feel bad for her? If she doesn't give a fuck about her house, why do you care? Baby, this is laughable. This is laughable. This is laughable. And you need to pull yourself together. You don't want her baby on the street. Nicki isn't in that house now. Do you know why? Because she's living somewhere else on the East Coast. That would suggest, I don't know, she has maybe more than one dwelling. The baby on the street. What kind of head ass nonsense is this? Is this the narrative? Are you like beta testing it here? Oh, baby. Fail. No. No, we don't believe that messaging or narrative here. No, we don't believe that. We don't believe that anybody is stealing her house from her. We don't believe that she's being put out onto the street. We don't believe that her baby is being endangered by anybody other than the fact that she married a registered sex offender. But you did. You just ran it. So don't gaslight me. Stand 10 toes down on it. You just ran it. I mean, and you're not really insulting my intelligence. You're insulting your intelligence. You're insulting your intelligence. And you sully your impression of yourself to other people. If that is something that you value, maybe it's not something that you value. But I assume that you are a reasonably intelligent person. And if you are a reasonably intelligent person, this is a rhetorical question. How could you fix your fingers to say that you are concerned that Nicki Minaj's baby is about to be homeless? That is a reflection on your intelligence, beloved. You insult your own intelligence in front of a host of people. 370 plus the replay gang. Shout out to y'all. Gang, gang. Ain't nobody targeting that broad. Ain't nobody doing nothing to that broad. Nicki Minaj has done all of this to herself. Every narrative she puts out is void of fact. You all don't bother to go do your homework. You just hold out your tray in front of her. She puts shit on top of it, tells you it's chocolate cake, and y'all go off and sit together and eat it. And then you go vomit it up on everybody else. Don't be willfully dumb. You have a life. You have people that you love. You have priorities. You have real things to be worried about. And if you are legitimately worried about Nicki Minaj's child, you need to go see a medical professional. And I mean that holistically. If that truly causes you anxiety, you need to seek help for that because that's not normal. You don't know her. You're not involved in her life. You're still here. You don't need to apologize. You don't need to apologize. You really don't. You really don't. You just have to be a fucking grown up here. That is a make believe narrative. And this is a make believe crisis. And Nicki Minaj loves nothing more than giving the appearance of some devastating crisis that she is the victim of. to elicit people's performance of sympathy and concern. And oh my God. It's unreasonable. And you have to be reasonable. Here. You can play the drama on the various message boards, what the fuck of other channels, whatever. I think this, I think that. Rock Nation, you know? Not here. Here, we read the docket. Oh, it's a tax lien, it's a da. No, she defaulted in a lawsuit. She's forever fucking up in a lawsuit. She's forever losing money in a lawsuit. Not because of a conspiracy, but because she's the one that's always at fault. Again, she's at fault. We just read the document. Mix it up a little bit. And the girl who cried wolf all the time. All the time. How long she been saying she gonna sue Rock Nation? Huh? Rhetorical question. She ain't done it. You know why? She ain't got a fucking pot to piss in. And if she learned anything from her fellow biscuit head the past couple days, don't file some egotistical power tripping woe is me fucking lawsuit and waste all of our goddamn time. There is a hearing. You'll have to replay, gang, for the reading of the document. As you can see, we've moved on to more important things. But there is a hearing. I do believe they said November 20th with regard to the sale of the house. This is a very technical process for this person to be able to do this. And he's real close. He's gone through 5 out of 7 steps to have her house auctioned by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Yeah, he's gone through 5 out of the 7 required steps to be able to do that. So it is an extremely real possibility that it could happen if she don't run that man his money. And not just the judgment, but all of the costs he incurred trying to get her to pay the fucking judgment, and all of the costs that he incurred going through the 5 of 7 steps to have the house sold. Because he's working with lawyers. So I would imagine it's probably closer to $750,000 that she owes this particular person. Including interest, yes. Anytime and every time. Anytime and every time. Yes, and I need these motherfuckers to stop saying that he's going to appeal this decision to the Supreme Court. That's not how it works. And I don't have anything else to say about it. You're not being rude. This is just how I talk. You're not being rude. This is just how I talk. I'm just explaining it to you. I'm also a little loopy because I've been working weird hours. Um, totally like lost myself mid-sentence about 10 minutes ago. We had a good laugh about that. Still don't remember what the fuck I was talking about. So no, you're not being rude. I'm just giving you kind of like the where we are. But yes, it's a real thing. It's a real possibility. She need to run that man his money. Cash like. All cash like. Nothing short of cash. Did I mention cash? Oh, baby, you did not get chewed out. That was basically a motivational pep talk from me. As anybody else can attest on here, you did not get chewed out. You got a motivational pep talk, okay? And again, you're still here. You think I couldn't get rid of you? I can get rid of you. I just got to push one little button. Airlock will suck you out. And I'm waiting for somebody to act like a motherfucker because I got a new one. I got a new airlock. And I'm just I'm just waiting for somebody to act up. Oh, well, that, you know what? It counts. We had one. It counts. Here we go. Mr. Scott, open the door.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday.
Did you hear it? Did you see it? Did you hear it? Did it work? I worked on that one. I had to mix audios and whatnot, you know? Oh, don't you just love it? This is great. That's great. That's great. Glad I could be of service. I really have. I really have. Oh man, I really have. I know they watch it. They just know. They just know. And you know what they gonna say every time I say Kenneth, registered sex offender petty? Nothing. Now, if I start talking about her powder nose, they might get a little bit upset. Might not be able to withstand popping off and saying some shit. Oh gosh. Yeah, right. Smells like burnt popcorn. You know, it could be worse. Uh, oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry. I am really proud of it. I do have to say. Yeah, I am really proud of it. Mr. Scott, open the door.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday.
Oh, that's a good one. Yep. That's the airlock for now. Oh, thank you. Oh. I mean, baby, things been dark for a good long while. Can I ask you how old you are? I'm almost 50, so I just want to relate in terms of Nicki timeline. Oh, bless your heart. Okay. Oh, bless you. Okay, you're the same age as one of my children. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I mean, this has been in the works for a very long time, you know? And I think that there's definitely something to declaring that, you're the number one and you're on the top and you're the best, right? And it's fine to do it if you maintain it organically by being the best at that thing. But Nikki decided a long time ago, because she was victimized by some men, plural, in the rap industry, that um that she therefore is the victim. And because she is perpetually the victim, that means that everything that she does is justified because she's just defending herself. And then she mobilizes pretty desperate and lonely and non-critical thinking people, particularly women, to be a mob on her behalf. And um when she first became mainstream and, read a motherfucker for filth, everybody was like, ooh, 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 ooh. And she was like, oh, they like that. They respect that. And then she started reading motherfuckers for filth. And then that crossed over into just being a bully and verbally abusive towards people. And this is on top of, again, she's always the victim in a situation. That's always her narrative. Her narrative is always manipulative. It's always void of fact. It's always meant to just control the narrative with the people who blindly follow her. And she has always deployed those methods because Nicki isn't a good rapper. It's kind of like the United States deciding that it needs to deport all Black and brown people to make white people the standard of intelligence in America. Nicki forcefully evicted other Black women from the rap game so that she could appear to be the best because she was the only one. But she's really not that good. She's not, she makes music. She doesn't make art. And there's no growth arc there. She's static and stationary, basically doing the same thing over and over again and trying to keep herself in a time capsule of being 27 years old. And is mad that people aren't literally bowing down to her and ingratiating themselves with her and treating her how she perceives to be, how she perceives herself to be, which is the all-powerful, the one and only all-powerful woman in rap. And it's a delusion. And it's been a delusion for a long time. She is an unhappy person. Nothing says You hate yourself. Than fucking with somebody who you know is going to be a registered sex offender. She is a miserable person. She's aged out of relevance except for with her core base, which is, yes, millions of people around the world. There will always be millions of people around the world who love her, just like there will be Drake fans who always love him. Go down the line of Young Money. Those folks will always have people who, Nicki can do no wrong. Wayne can do no wrong. But and then that just makes her hate everybody else because we don't see it, we don't hear it, we don't respect her. We're a part of the conspiracy. But she's a hypocrite and a fucking liar. And I really can't stand that about her. When I see somebody tweet something that gets people into a frenzy, and then I go and get the documents off of the docket and read it and see that it is the exact fucking opposite, that infuriates me because it's willful manipulation. If anybody knows the facts of a docket of a case, I'm not referring to this one, it's a different one. If anybody knows the facts of a docket of a case where they're being sued, it's the person who's being sued. So you're willfully lying to people. I can't stand that about a motherfucker at all. You're doing it to manipulate them, to get them to think a certain way, or to get them to behave in a certain way. And that makes you a fucked up person. Also, sex offender husband. That was a long response. But this has been in the works longer than you have been alive. Yeah, the brother. I mean, it's just, this is just who she is. She's a miserable, hateful, spiteful person. She's hypocritical as shit. How do you run around telling everybody that the music industry is demonic? Well, what the fuck are you doing in it then? It's a rhetorical question. The shit she says makes no sense. But there are a lot of weak-minded people in the world who do not exercise critical thinking. And because she is famous, they mistake that for being an authority or a person with integrity. And it's definitely not the same thing. It's definitely not that. Almost 50. Almost 50. But thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's so annoying because it's this is another example of people do what works for them because seemingly these things are completely unnecessary. But they feed her. They feed her. I think she has the most. Oh, I remember what I was going to say when I got distracted by Danny Glover. Despite what Donald Glover says about Swarm being inspired by Beyonce fans, I do not believe him. I honest to God believe that Swarm was actually inspired by the Barbs, but he would not say that publicly because they're so fucking crazy. When he said Swarm was based on the Beehive, I was like, in what world? Now, do I know there are some people in the Beehive who have crossed a line or two? Yes, I'm aware. Perfectly aware. I'm aware that there are people who take it too seriously. But as a whole en masse, when he was talking about like, No, the representation of the fandom and the culture. And when you think about when it came out, right around the time when Renaissance was happening, I was like, these things do not fit together, sir. I think what you mean to say is the Barbs, but they're so fucking crazy you won't say that on the press tour. The Barbs inspired this. I remembered. Oh my god, that took a long time to come back around. Shit.
I'm bulletproof.
I mean, they be doxing motherfuckers. I've had some Barbs try and post some crazy shit in my comment section, but I moderate comments, so I bounce them out. But I've had some Barbs try and say some crazy shit to me. And, you know, they're not all of them are, they love the doxing and the threatening and the let's go damage somebody's property. And I'm gonna have to shoot you in the ass. It's a lot of paperwork. Ain't nobody got time for that. It was a show. Homegirl was Dominique. Is that her name? I know it starts with a D. Dominique Fish something. I watched it for her. And she's mesmerizing. She acted her ass off in that series. And the character goes through a lot of morphing. She was mesmerized. She did the damn thing, as far as I'm concerned. She really did. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure I did finish it. Yeah, I did. I finished it. I don't think I watched it all at once. I think I watched like half of it, and then something happened, and I came back to it because yes, I do remember how it ended. But yes, the whole time I was watching it, I was thinking to myself, I'm getting Barb's vibes from this. Child, this is why I'm in my old people Scrabble league. Got to play those games to help keep the mind sharp. She was incredible. Yes, I do remember that. I don't know when I gave up, like yeah, I do. I was gonna say, I don't know when I gave up, like, the childhood fandom of just rose-colored glasses. I'm totally invested. The person can do no wrong. I was thinking to myself, I don't know when that changed for me, but yes, I do. I left home at 15 and I had different priorities. I didn't have the time to frivolously obsess over a famous person. With Whitney Houston as the exception. That was my one exception. Um I think bar none, the only celebrity that I ever actually really cared about was Whitney Houston. And nobody will ever reach that level for me again. Yeah. Just the most incredible talent, the most incredible voice. Excuse me, the most incredible voice. And when I was a little kid, her, you know, I had my own record player in my room, and I had her first 2 records as my very own records, and, they were comfort records for me, especially the first one. They were comfort records for me because I was trying to figure out, like, what this new family situation was, and I just imagine that um, if I had a mother who sang to me, that was the voice that I imagined in my head. Yeah. So, yeah, then I went through, being a homeless teenager, all of that shit, then being a teen parent, then just being busy. I didn't really, like, come back to pop culture until I was, like, in my 30s probably. Uh, and then dipped out of it again for several years just because of work. And I remember ending a major project, like a major project. And I remember consciously thinking to myself, I'm going to watch a TV show. It sounds so silly, but it's so true. I was like, I'm going to watch a TV show. I'm going to watch a TV show every single day. I'm going to watch a TV show. I'm going to make my mind do and focus on, frivolous, fun things. I never stopped listening to music, but I definitely didn't really watch TV or movies um for years because I was busy. And I because of the work I was doing, I just it didn't penetrate me. So it was hard to watch things and enjoy them and let my mind just, you know, have that. And I'm glad that I learned this from somebody at another point in my life, and I'm glad that I reapplied it in that situation because I was like, "Okay, and now frivolity." Snackies? Get some snackies, pick some movies, pick a show you're gonna burn through. This is what we're gonna be doing. Yeah, there's that too. I mean, I remember when, River Phoenix died, really fucked me up. There were a couple deaths when I was younger where I was like, "Wait a minute, they die?" Things that just humanize celebrity to you. "Wait a minute, they die?" I there were things that were just extremely formidable that in every area of celebrity took celebrity from celebrity into person. Magic Johnson announcing that he had HIV/AIDS. I will never forget that day. I will never forget the reaction of the people around me in the room. I was a kid. I'll never forget that. I will never forget that. And then all of a sudden, he was just a person. He was just a person. I remember seeing Robin Givens' face after Mike Tyson beat her up. I was a kid, but these things just like snap you into a reality of, yeah, they're just people too. And then also Tupac, when Tupac was murdered, I mean, I say this all the time. I remember exactly where I was when the news broke. I was on 50th in Genesee, um, driving somewhere, and it came on the radio. and I sobbed. That broke my heart. I sobbed, sobbed, sobbed. That was another one, the OJ trial, the OJ acquittal. That was another one that I will never forget. The reaction of the people in my immediate vicinity. Um, yeah, so many things. So many things that I just don't have the energy for it. Princess Diana also, interestingly enough, the person I was dating at the time, I was like 18, 19 when Princess Diana and I died. We almost got into a car accident that night because of a road rage situation with the person in the other car. And them trying to then like cause a speeding incident, collision type situation. Um and then we got to where we were going, which I'm pretty sure was back to my place. Got settled, like calmed down, debriefed, and then turned on the television and saw the tunnel. Yeah, I'll never forget that. That was crazy. Oh, yeah, and now, that just really, yeah, I felt a real tender moment for D'Angelo. I'm glad that he was able to keep it private because he obviously didn't want it public. Um, man, what a talent. I always feel, I always feel kind of a pang of sadness whenever I think about D'Angelo anyway, because we gave him a complex and ran him away after that damn music video. And you know the music video I'm talking about. Yeah. He was turned into a complete object and got no peace or respect anywhere he went because women just wanted him to take his clothes off. He was assaulted several times in public. It gave him severe anxiety and depression. And that's why we didn't see him for a long time. And then he came back, released great music, and did music that he wanted to do and did it the way that he wanted to do it. And I'm glad that he got that, because we don't think about how we impact men in that way. You know? We don't think about that. And that was a lesson for me. When I heard him talk about that, I was like, "Oh man, that's really fucked up. Really fucked up." Yeah. That was the first thing I thought of when somebody posted in the Discord that he had passed away. The first thing I thought of was, and it's not even because I was one of the people doing it. It was just like on behalf of humanity. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry that we did that to you. And all the time people were looking at you and they didn't see you. Yeah. That's that's sad. Yeah. And he enjoyed it. And it was music he wanted to do, and it was music on his terms. So, good. People done lost their damn minds. People done lost their damn minds. Yes, indeed. This is one of those things where you have to learn to mind your own fucking business. The first indication that I had that there was actually something wrong with Chadwick Boseman was um he was doing an interview for Black Panther. Some of the women were with him, and he started talking about some kids who had cancer. Um and he got so upset during this interview that he couldn't recover. That he was devastated on another level. And whether it's appropriate for this to be the reason or not, having dealt with cancer and lost a child to cancer, he had to get up and leave because he was so devastated. And literally got up and walked out, like behind a door that closed behind him. And I remember seeing that. And I remember thinking about when my son died, when my grandfather came to the hospital and walked into the room, he broke down in a way that I had never seen or heard before and had to leave the room. And I just remember there's a sorrow of awareness at the closeness of death. And I felt like I got that from him, or that's what I was witnessing when he had that moment and had to leave. The closeness, the knowingness, and the sorrow of that felt closer, felt like he was expressing something closer, triggered by talking about those girls. And I cried watching him cry because I know what that feels like. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty interesting to be fighting terminal cancer and not tell the people around you that you're dying ultimately. But I understand why. Death is sacred and private and something that you keep close. So, but it took me, I mean, yeah, I think that was the last time I had a real devastated cry, was when I found out that he died, and then I could not even watch the trailer for Black Panther 2. I couldn't even get through it. And then of course we went to the movie theater to see the movie, and yeah, I sobbed. I sobbed when we left the movie theater. My son was like, "Do you want a hug?" I said, "Yes, I do. Yes, I do." What a contribution. What a contribution to humanity. Black Panther. Yeah, it was really hard. It was really hard. Um, yeah, I just felt tremendous amount of sorrow. Just a tremendous amount of sorrow. Also, because I've had to explain to children when somebody has died. Again, it's a very unique, very tender, very fragile pain of having to explain to children when somebody has died, or having to comfort children when they find out somebody has died. Like, I remember when oh, I fed you. I'm not even tripping off you, boy. Nice try. Hi. I remember when my son, well, he still loves stand-up comedy, but my son went through a Robin Williams phase where he just like did a deep dive on Robin Williams, and Robin Williams became one of his favorite actors and one of his favorite you know, comedians, for lack of a for lack of a better term. He did uh AIDS fundraisers and stuff where he was cutting up on stage. But anyway, had his specials and all of that. So he went, down the Wayback Machine. I'm always good for a $5 movie being at Walmart, baby. Let's find all the classics, the Jumanjis and all of that stuff. So he had seen everything, and he was in middle school when Robin died, and he found out before I did. And that was the worst. That was the worst. That was the worst because you're coming with the crisis. It's not even like I'm figuring out how to break it to you. You're coming with the crisis. You've already Googled the information, and now you know that he's dead, and you know how he died. And now I have to deal with the fact that you are devastated because, come here, can you do it? You're really fat. Don't scratch me. Yeah, that's the problem. Can you come over here and do it? The problem is you're going to scratch me. And I appreciate that you know this and that you haven't just tried to do it. Thank you. Thank you for that. Next scritches for you. Um yeah, having to explain, "Oh, you did it. Oh, you did it and you didn't scratch me. Good job." Huh. Having to talk to your kid about your middle school kid about one of their favorite actors taking their own life fucking sucks. That's the worst. Hi, biscuit boy. You don't know this, but you're on screen in your sweater. Everybody said you looked very smart. Yes. They said you looked very smart. Oh, you're going to be a little cradle baby. Okay. Mhm. I also put the one of you in the little pumpkin fit. Yep, they saw that one too. Said you looked very dashing. You're the bestest little pumpkin boy. Yes, you're the bestest little pumpkin boy. Yes. I'm sure they want to hear your wet nose. What time is it? Oh, yeah, it's 7 o'clock. He's gonna go to sleep, so he's getting a little cuddle. Like, he's literally laying his head on my chest. He's gonna get a little cuddle, he's gonna make some biscuits, and then he's gonna go off and he's gonna go to sleep. Thank you for the kisses. Oh, thank you. Hi. You sleepies? Hmm? You sleepies? You are going to have to get down, though. Wow. That was fast. All right. Obligatory lovin's. Okay, let's talk about something else so we don't end on that note. A little birdie told me to go back and watch the We Are Deciphered live stream that I was on to see what happened after I made my little announcement that I had to go. I'm always doing that. Always. Yes. So I said, "Oh, well, what happened?" And I went over there right to the point where I said, fleshly communication. I saw all your little nasty comments. I saw all them little nasty comments that y'all made. I sure did. I read every single one. Ran a couple back, said, wait a minute, who said that? Come and talk to me. I really. Look at him. Look at just. It was me. I was one of the ones that did it. I know. I I just wanted to let y'all know. I seen all the things you said. Yep. Oh God, that was so funny. That was hilarious. The chat really came to the rescue. Really, the chat really came to the rescue for the fellas because they were like, oh, okay. Oh, that was so funny. That was so funny. You got to keep them on your toes, got to keep them on your toes. The way that I left, okay, at the beginning of the live, Skip is breaking something down completely unrelated to me. I'm not even there. Okay. I'm not even there. And he uses the term fleshly communication, to refer to the good nookie time. And so cut to several hours later, and I need to leave because there's somebody just out of frame threatening my whole life. So I announced that I needed to go have a fleshly conversation. And then I left. I know. I seen it. I seen it. Don't try and blame shift on to the fellas. All of y'all. It was all of y'all. I mean, when he said it, before I even got there, I was howling. That was so funny. And it just felt like a really funny thing to say. Also, it was true. And so it was a short black dismissal. I'm out. Yeah, it was a short black dismissal. I gotta go, y'all. I'm about to get snatched out of my shoes. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. I watched it twice. I watched it twice because the first time I was laughing so hard, I had tears in my eyes that I missed some of the chat. So I had to run it back and watch it again. It was hilarious. I saw y'all had a time with that. Y'all had a time with that. And break. Uh, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good laugh. And I'm glad that y'all got a good laugh out of it. They got a good laugh out of it. Y'all got a good laugh laughing at them. I mean, it was fantastic. It was great. Couldn't have asked for a better transition. Fudgesicles is hilarious. The box spring boogie. The box spring boogie is funny. Uh, uh with a very important person. Yeah, it's all good. I didn't feel objectified or degraded. That shit was funny. That shit was funny. Next to godliness. Yes, exactly. This shit was hilarious. Oh god. I'm glad folks got to cut up, you know? Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Baby, I'm too grown. Nope, nobody said anything crazy about me, and I don't the chat would not have let that fly, you know? The chat would not have let that fly. So, I I thought it was hysterical. Ah, yeah, yeah. So, all good, all good. You know, we've been around each other long enough that folks aren't just gonna pop off and talk crazy about me and get away with it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Chat gonna take good care of me, but at the time, I really didn't care. I was busy. I was busy being actually objectified, you know? Oh my god, was she still there? Oh, yes, because she said something about Bible study. If it was Sunday, she would have said that I was going to Bible study. Yeah, I saw that. That was funny. That was funny. You know what? I got to see a man about a horse. Well, you know, you lucky you didn't hear somebody in the background screaming sexual chocolate. 'Cause that would have been awkward. This mic has really, really good background denser, you know? But yes, boisterous voicings. I don't know, man. I don't know. Depends on which god you serve. No, said person will sometimes exclaim when they're ready to act a whole fucking fool. Okay? Was this Friday night? No, it was Saturday night. Yeah. Yeah, Saturday night antics start with shit like that. You know what, you dumb bitch? Have a nice fucking day.
Mr. Scott, open the door.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday.
I'd fuck you up on sight. You want to see a coward? Don't be a dumb hoe. Try that off in the world. Go apologize to your mother for being such a fucking disappointment. And be grateful. Because I'd beat your ass. Quick, fast, in a hurry. You call me a fucking coward? Bitch, I just rolled your ass off of a fucking live stream. How cowardly is that? Dumbass. I made a new one. Oh God, the way I got so excited when I saw her comment, I was like, wait, let me read it twice. Make sure I'm airlocking the right bitch. Yep, I'm airlocking the right bitch. Bye, bitch. Flying away with them lashes, child. Black Forces ready and lace. First of all, bitch don't even know what I was talking about, right? Because she's definitely a Nicki fan. Because again, the projection. Nicki fans actually do use the chat to go and fuck with people. Y'all just respect me and won't let anybody disrespect me when I'm not around. So number one, doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. And number two, bitch, who the fuck is you talking to? Don't misjudge a book by its cover. In this jurisdiction, I will roll your ass. And then call the back line and tell them to come get you from my fucking house. I love it. I love it so much. I mean, go fucking play with your mama in traffic. Jesus, I make no apologies. You came here to my house and called me a fucking coward? Bitch, on sight. Yeah, I know what I look like. And that's where you got it twisted, which is good for me. You one of them bitches to come up monologuing and shit. And then wonder why you're bleeding out of the artery on your fucking thigh. But no, you were saying? No, I'm sorry. Keep talking. You should call somebody about that. Anyway. I almost said something really vulgar. I'm sure y'all can come up with something in your head. Don't put it in the chat, but I'm sure, just say it to yourself. I bet she was about to say, yeah, that's probably what it was. Don't put it in the chat. Keep it to yourself. Keep it right here. Keep it right here. Saturday was a lovely evening. Thank you very much. The people be swearing they can fuck with me. I am from the mean streets of LA, but I live in Seattle. People swear they can fuck with me. Oh, look at her. Oh, da 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 da. Okay, bitch. Fuck around and find out. Mm-hmm. That's the thing she decided to pop off. Okay. I guess it was worth it. This is true. Fateless says some of y'all have not been around for little Absa story time, and it shows. Yeah, they don't know. They don't know. They don't know the lore. They don't know the lore. Shit, they don't know what happened last week. No, I'm not the one. I'm just as prim as proper as you can be. I'm as agreeable as you can be. Yeah, all that. I know how to evaluate some fuckery coming my way, and I respond in kind. I was thinking about this earlier today. I was thinking about this earlier today when I was writing something. It just these motherfuckers be talking the biggest shit to the West. We snatching chains and burning tattoos. You better leave us the fuck alone. Bow, curtsy, all that shit. I know which silverware to use at a formal gathering. Yeah, all that. I know properly how to hold my wine glass, properly how to hold the champagne. Yeah, I know how to do all that shit. For real. I pity any motherfucker who tries to talk to me crazy on this street. Everybody and their mama would pop out their house so fast. And in fact have. And that person was evicted and is now wanted by several law enforcement agencies. Seriously. Turn your favorite pop star into a Pop Tart. No, why are you fucking with us? Yeah, this week is just not the week. I got deadlines. I got shit to do. Like, I'm staying in the house. I do not need a motherfucker making crazy eyes at me this week because I'm stoic and I will stare at your ass. Mm-mm. This was funny. Oh, that was so funny. That was funny. Yeah. Damn. I don't remember what live that was, or I would clip it, put it on the membership level. Yeah, the Samoans coming out of the bushes. That was hilarious. Oh god. We cried real good tears of laughter on that live. That was great. That was great. Chris did go through it. Chris deserved to go through it. He survived though. He survived. I don't think he got airlocked. I think he survived. Yeah. Yeah, he did. He did invoke the Rick Ross titties. Yeah, no, the problem is I'm a single gal and a petite little thing. And again, I know what I look like. And therefore, I know how certain people perceive me based on how they approach me. And a lot of people think that I'm Boo Boo the Fool. And that I'm going to let them talk to me any old kind of way, that I'm going to let them intimidate me, that I'm going to let them touch my body. Oh, baby, you're not touching my body. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So, yes, I maintain my boundaries. And I focus on my own self-preservation and my safety. But if baby push come to shove, I got a couple moves. You know? I got a couple moves. I'm not saying I'm not going to get lumped up, but I got a couple moves. Guaranteed to work. I'm going to leave some marks that you're going to have to explain. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yep, he definitely survived. Homegirl earlier today didn't even get a quarter of what Chris got. A quarter of what Chris got. And he didn't even get chewed out. Chris didn't even get chewed out. Yeah, pressure points, arteries. I'm also resourceful. Yeah. I'll pick up anything. Quite literally. Anything that I can pick up, I will pick it up. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna pick it up. Dirt, sand, pebbles, chair, planter, anything. Yeah. 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 Mhm. Oh, hey, how you doing? We're not talking about anything. What they talk about? Nothing. We're not talking about nothing, fam. How you doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because of D'Angelo? Well, look no further than these clowns ready to cheer you up. Skip. He was a true gift. He was a true gift. Bless his life. Now we gonna clown. Skip. I didn't even know you know who Tevin Campbell is. You and DJ could do something, you know? Oh, Skip, you said, Skip? You have feelings? What's that like? It's really awful doing an impression to the person who does the best impression. I pale in comparison. Pale in comparison. Skip, you got emotions? Don't be sad, dog. Hey. Listen, look. Hey. Look, man. All I'm saying is it ain't gonna be that way. Oh boy, when he started on the look, I'm like, oh, he done lost his train of thought. He done lost his train of thought. Skip, you got emotions? That's tough. That's tough. You just gotta talk like the breath in your lungs and keeping your teeth in your mouth. Oh my god. Look, bro. Look. Look. Hoocha. Not people at home practicing their impression. Okay, what did Skip say? Okay, right. Oh God, niggas just in their mirrors around the world just practicing. Let me see if I can get this right. Oh, see? See? Oh gosh. Yep. That's it. That's about it. A masterclass in session. Wow. Wow. Hey man, I is what I is. Whew. Let's flip back over here to this this one. Let me see if I can find another one. Oh, did I? What did I do? Oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. That was me. I did that. Pull up my pictures. Oh my God, this cat is so cute. It's ridiculous. Oh, I didn't need that. I didn't need that one. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me see if I can find. I don't think y'all have ever seen. See if I can find a kitten picture of Princy. Nope. Wait, is that one? No. What are you wearing in the picture? I think my son put a scarf around his neck at some point in time and took pictures. I don't see any of his little baby pictures in here. Boo. Hiss. I have to go looking for them. Some point in time. There he is. My little loaf boy. His little sweater. It's so funny that he winds up looking like, yeah, he does look like Robin Hood. He's supposed to be a pumpkin, but he does have a pumpkin sweater. So, like I said, I'm going to put him in the pumpkin sweater because I just didn't feel good about tying that around him and then having things hanging down, swinging. I was like, ooh, he might take himself out trying to rip these strings off to play with them. But I've got another sweater. It's orange. And a pumpkin costume, I'm pretty sure. That one might be too small. We'll have to see. But that face. That fucking face. I took that picture and I was just like, "Oh my God, this spooky season is really really hitting for me this year." You know? This is all of the things on top. The whipped cream, the icing, the cherries. I like nuts on mine, but if you don't like them on yours, that's fine. This is all the things. Where in the oh, found it. It's all the things. Yeah, he lets me snap my pictures off and then he just kind of settles down, stares at me, stares at me like, "So this is what we're doing?" And I'm like, "Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is what we're doing." Oh yeah, I need that. I need that in my life. Bring me that. Bring me that. It's just so cute. I know, he winds up looking like a carrot, even though it's technically supposed to be a pumpkin. I don't care. It's adorable. It's adorable. Also, it doesn't look exactly how it was advertised, but that's okay. I don't care. I don't care. I was like, "Boy, we about to make this work, okay? We about to make this work." Oh my God. And we did. We totally did. Look at him. I mean, it's absurd. Absolutely absurd. If you would like to contribute to the spooky season hijinks for me or the cat, it's my birthday month. And really, this is a gift to me. This is a gift to me. This will be a part of the Prince's life collage. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This one, the first one, all the costumes will be a part of. Are you kidding me? Look at him. Adorbs. Adorbs. Fuck. This is so stupid. Okay. That's how he got the surname Half Stash. Look at it. It's a half stash. Mhm. Admiral Half Stash, at your service. I'm here to rescue you. Now I wanna watch The Princess Bride. For some reason, this makes me wanna watch The Princess Bride. The meerkat. Yeah, that was a moment. That was a moment. I'd be a coon. Can I be a meerkat? Whoo, boy. I don't know what I would do. That's funny. That's my guy. He's the best. The fact that his ears are, because Prince's got big ears, and so it's crazy just to see him without his big old ears sticking out. There is oh, wait, okay, I got another one. Oh, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This doesn't even look real. This doesn't even look real. This looks like AI, quite honestly. You're gonna be like, "No, no, you made that up." I did not. I'm not that talented. With the tail, it's just ridiculous. Look at his big old ears. That's what I'm saying. With his tail, just so. looking off just so, head tilted all perfect. It's ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Look at that face. Even though he's got a lipstick imprint right in the middle of it. Oh, hilarious. I just love a cat face. And look at that one. I mean, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. The pinkest little nose. Oh gosh. I know there are some haters watching like, "Oh my god, this fucking cat lady." Yep, that's right. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Nothing. You can't do anything about it. You can't make me talk about something else if I don't wanna. Who? Little old me? I'm like, "Boy, you know what? I will take this. I see it. I totally see it. I know exactly what you're talking about. I see it." Oh boy. Y'all are y'all are great. Thank you for indulging me this spooky season. I really do appreciate it. Um, and as I said, we will have more on Thursday. Uh, we will have a live on Thursday, probably around the same time, starting between 4 or 5 o'clock. Um, we'll see what we talk about on that day. God only knows what could happen in between now and then. Want to thank you all for, the love on the scripted video that I did last week about OBOs. Appreciate it. I've had to airlock a lot of comments, but I love that all of the things that I didn't say in that video, or a lot of the things that I didn't say in that video, you all say in the comment section. You're drawing the correlations yourselves, which is fantastic. To the extent that there have been some people who have tried to leave comments without watching the video. You shouldn't be talking about politics and Drake isn't in American politics. I don't say shit in that video about politics. I don't say shit in that video about politics. I don't say shit in that video about MAGA. That video is about the strategy of stupid. It's not a character judgment. It's an observation. When you're stupid on purpose, that means it's a strategy. It doesn't mean you are actually stupid. So yeah, there are some people who have revealed a lot about themselves in the things that they have tried to comment. Uh, but you know, par for the course. I hope that you all have a wonderful evening. I'm gonna go back into my little writing hut. I was gonna say dungeon, but that sounds, dungeon has such a negative connotation attached to it, but I mean, I guess it should. It is a dungeon. You see how my morals and values get confused in spooky season? It's not my fault. It's a hereditary thing. It's not my fault. But yes, I'm going to go back down into my little writing dungeon with my cauldron. Make up a nice little evening brew and get back to it. And I will see you on Thursday. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Hit the like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. And as always, shout out to the replay gang. See you soon. Peace.